Oh, look at Wayner. He's not wearing a jacket this time. Ooh. I can't fit on my Superman jacket, so you're just gonna have to look at my arms a lot. So I drank some caffeine, got my mind a pumping, and I actually did find my jacket. So now you don't have to stare at 2 inches of my arms. I push the sleeves up, so it really doesn't matter anyway. And I like to wear it. It's comfy. It's all soft and whatnot. So I've been a busy little boy the past couple weeks. As you may have known, I have been updating on Twitter and stuff a lot, talking about how much I've been running back and forth. This little section of my state that's about 45 miles north to south, back and forth in that area, a lot. But it has enabled me to see some movies, and so I have seen some cool movies lately. I saw Resident Evil Retribution, which I have never played any of the Resident Evil games, and some people hate me for that. But I've seen all the movies. I love the movies. I don't know. I've heard they have nothing to do with the games, which that's cool, but they do bring in the characters. And so I'm looking forward to talking about that one. That was last weekend when it came out. It's been out for a little while now. And this past weekend, Dredd 3D came out. And I was actually thinking about that. Like, everywhere I saw it was advertised as Dredd 3D. And I know the actual name of the movie is Dredd, but I keep calling it Dredd 3D. I guess that's advertisement getting into my mind. So, like, I feel bad for people that saw Dredd 2D because that's a lame name. Before, I did talk about how I was getting a GameCube, and hey, that's in. I don't have a memory card for it yet because it was a cheap one. It didn't come with a memory card or a controller. So, I haven't played much of it, but still cool. I got to get a hold of a memory card so I can start playing it. I got so many games to play, it doesn't matter anyway. I've got plenty of time. I just got Alpha Protocol for PC. Don't ask me how it was. I haven't played it yet. Once again, too many games to play. Problem with PC is you got to work with your memory space, and there's so much stuff on my beautiful Siegfried that there's no room for Alpha Protocol in there right now. I did play some Skyrim earlier, which I haven't played in a month or two, maybe. I don't know. The summer did go by fast. So, Resident Evil Retribution. What a great movie. Now, I will tell you now, as I have said before, I've never played any Resident Evil games, but I have seen all the movies. Officially now I have, because I saw the new one last week when it came out, and I love them. I follow them very heartily, and I've been trying to go back and play the games because I love the movie so much. I've heard that they're not very much like the games, but they're still really fun. I've never heard anybody actually complain about them. So they're really fun. And so if you haven't seen the originals, go watch the originals. And if you have seen them, go watch the new one. Or if you haven't seen them, go watch the originals and then watch the new one. Because you have to know it's all storyline. It's important. If you miss anything, you're not going to know anything. It's very important. So the new one was really good. I'm not going to tell you what happens because it kind of like blows your mind about 5 times in the whole movie. But it does take up right where the last one left off, where they're on the boat, and Alice just let go all those little kids and stuff, all those people in white that have been experimented on, and she just freed all of them, and then the umbrella copters come, and they're all about to fight, and it starts right there with a very interesting cinematic thing that it starts off with, which is I liked it. It was you'll have to see, because it's like this big backwards in time thing. It's really fun. It's very interesting, and then from there it just continues to blow your mind for the rest of the movie. Another thing a lot of people have been happy about is that they finally bring in the character from Resident Evil 4 and soon to be in Resident Evil 6, Leon, the protagonist, which everybody seems to love. You know, he's like the Link from Ocarina of Time. That's everybody's favorite because that's who everyone has played as. I even played a few levels of Resident Evil 4, but at the time I wasn't really into horror games, so I didn't finish it. Sue me. Okay, don't sue me. I don't really have any money. But it is a really good movie. Go watch it. Go watch it in 3D. It's really fun, especially if you've seen the other ones. But you should if you're going to see this movie. I'll slap you in the face. I hate people that go see sequels without seeing the originals. I'm going a little over time, so I'm going to try to speed up. Dredd 3D is awesome. Another thing that I feel really bad about is because I've never really read any Judge Dredd comic books before, but I've had friends of mine tell me about how they are. And from what I've heard and from what they knew of the movie, they haven't seen it yet, that is apparently the way Judge Dredd should be. Unlike the Sylvester Stallone version, which I hear is a big scar on the Judge Dredd history. But this movie is awesome. The guy's name... Carl something. Just say it. Carl Urban. If you've seen Red, he is the guy that was kind of the good guy, kind of the bad guy on there, the CIA agent. Carl Urban plays Judge Dredd, and he is awesome. Now, I don't really blame Stallone anyway that much because he shouldn't have been picked for that part. But I haven't seen the Judge Dredd movie in a few years, so I'm not going to talk too much about that one. Dredd 3D is awesome. It is about Judge Dredd. He's in Mega City 1, and he's training a new recruit to the judges. And she's apparently a little under par for what they usually take for judges, but she has psychic ability. She can read people's minds and go into them and stuff like that. She's like, Xavier in a way. And so they go to check out some homicide that happens in one of the big, city buildings that they have inside these giant cities. And apparently there's a gang that runs the whole building, and they get trapped in there and they have to fight their way out. It's awesome. I'm not really giving away too much by that. It's a really good movie. Carl Urban does a really good job. The girl that plays his sidekick is really pretty. And Lena Headey, I think that's how it's pronounced. She plays the bad guy. She played Sarah Connor and the Sarah Connor Chronicles. If you're a Terminator fan, she played the wife in 300. She played a lot of good parts. She's the bad guy, and there's some other people in there I don't recognize, but it's still a really good movie. A lot of gore. Lots of blood. And brains and lips and teeth. Anyway, a lot of gore. It's fun, though. It's so fun. It's one of those ones I would say 3D just makes the experience better. I'm not going to say that you're going to miss anything seeing it in 3D. You would have less fun with it. You have a lot more fun watching it in 3D. It was a little weird for me, though, because when I went and saw it in the rinky-dink theater I always go to, the very beginning of the movie wasn't in 3D because they had something messed up with it. So it was in between 3D and 2D. And so it was like kind of blurry with the glasses off, kind of blurry with the glasses on. And so eventually they got that fixed. So I got a little distracted during the first big opening fight scene where it's just him against some bad guys. But I got the basic idea of it, and it was really cool. Another movie I watched on DVD, it's the new Superman animated movie, Superman vs. the Elite. It doesn't have any other heroes in it. It has Superman and it has the group of the Elite, which I've never seen them in any comic books I've read before, but I'm assuming they came from some series. It was based off some series, apparently. They're a group of British crime fighters that actually go crazy. Superman has to take them down. It's pretty awesome. It's not as good as some of those movies, and I don't think that the guy that normally voices Superman voiced Superman in this one. He sounded pretty good, but he kind of sounded in between that guy and Mark Harmon. Mark Harmon did the voice on Crisis on Two Earths, which I didn't like him as Superman at all. So the guy kind of sounded in between the two, which was weird. But he still did a good job, so, I have nothing against him. It's a pretty good movie. If you're a Superman fan, watch it. If not, you're probably not going to like it that much. So the main things I said I was going to have ready for this video were Resident Evil Retribution, Dredd 3D, and Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. If you're looking for just a few issues in a series just to have some fun, and especially if you love Deadpool and you don't mind seeing all your childhood heroes die in terribly brutal deaths, read Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. I even had a hard time reading this series because a lot of my favorite heroes died. It brought tears to my eyes. Like, it's in another universe, but still it hurts, man. It hurts. and he just takes out, like, it purposely is set up to where he takes out a super team for each issue. It's 4 issues. Takes, he's going the Fantastic Four, then the Avengers, then the X-Men, and then I can't remember who got. I think he just got a bunch of different people in the last one. The fight between him and Spider-Man alone was a tearjerker, because at the beginning it's just like, yo, Deadpool, we don't understand what you're doing. We know you're going crazy. Blah 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 blah. Boom, everyone dies. And then after that, everybody's just like, it's just so sad because everyone is dying, and like you think when you go into the series, it's just going to be a big bullets and guns and knives and just everyone's dying at one time. But no, this series stretches over like a month or so in which Deadpool is going on this killing spree. People are in mourning. People are sad. And I know I'm a little girl, so it hurts me, dude. I mean, when he killed the Avengers alone, it saddened me. But it's still really funny. Of course, the whole premise is based off of Deadpool going even more insane than he normally is. So he's not always as funny as he is. We all know Deadpool, but he's still pretty funny. A few of the things that I liked about it is just seeing the way that certain superheroes would have to be killed, because there's some people you just think, well, I can't imagine how you would kill them because they're immortal. But it shows you how you would kill these superheroes. It shows you how to kill Luke Cage. It shows you how to kill Thor. I still don't completely understand how he killed Wolverine. Actually, I need to go back and reread the 4th issue, but it's still really good. And the ending is really funny. If you were starting to get sad by the end of the 4th issue, you're laughing again. I love Deadpool. And of course, like I said, this is an alternate universe where he goes even more insane, and he does some weird stuff. Oh, but it is crazy, dude. He even, like, at some point, some people hire the Taskmaster to kill him. So it's a very good series. I would say to go read it. Buy it, read it however you want to. You know how I read my comic books. So this has been a long video, and I really don't like making them so long, but I only make them every 2 weeks, so I feel like I can do whatever I want to. This is my channel, after all. Hee hee. So I do want to give a shout out to somebody that decided to take me up on the Twitter name thing. At Seed4, the number 4 drummer. I will have the link in the description, and if I can, it's going to be up here somewhere. So it's at Seed4Drummer on Twitter. That's my buddy Taylor. He's a cool guy. And I will try to have my first video of Storytime with Winter out before this weekend, but try is a vague word. May not happen, because I'm going to have to be rushing through my homework this week, getting ready for Backwoods Comics Festival. I'm going to Backwoods Comics Festival in Louisville, Mississippi this Saturday, and I will be filming at the con, and I will have an episode or two based off of what happened to me at the con. And so because of that, I'm not sure when I'll be making another one of these. But because of that, I also probably won't be making a story time, but I will, if I get enough time, I will make my first one. I actually just bought another short story book the other day, so we're cool. We've got stuff to read. If you have any ideas of what you want me to read, or if you have any advice on what I can do for Bashing Buttons, my video game show, comment, let me know. Tweet me and let me know. Comment and tweet me and let me know. Subscribe and then comment and let me know. Like this video and then subscribe and then comment and let me know. Like this video and let me know, and then go subscribe. I have checked it out. My YouTube name just takes off of what my Google Plus name is. It's just Wayne Little, and I might make another Google Plus account so that I can give this some cool little channel name. But for right now, you're subscribing to Wayne Little. You're doing it now, aren't you? Please. And then I will be back soon. Love you guys. See you later.